It's 4:40 p.m. here in Seoul. I'm Devin Whiting at the Arirang News Center, and it's time now for today's briefing from the South Korean health authorities. We should be getting the latest on case numbers and trends, as well as the vaccination campaign, plus any changes to the distancing rules. Today, another roughly 1,600 cases reported in South Korea. It looks like the briefing is starting now. Let's listen in.
중앙재난안전대책본부
We will be starting the regular briefing for COVID-19. Today's briefing will be provided by Mr. Son Young-rae of Department of Strategy and Planning at the Central Disaster Management Headquarters will be providing sign language translation. First, we will hear from Mr. Son Young-rae of the Central Disaster Management Headquarters on the countermeasures against COVID-19. I will start the regular briefing for Sunday, August 29th. First of all, I will update you on the findings for the past week, starting from Sunday to Saturday yesterday. There were 1,703 newly confirmed cases on a daily average, and this is a 2.7% decrease from the previous week. And for the metropolitan area, the number was 1,112, which was very close to 1,101 from the previous week. Therefore, the fourth wave is still ongoing. And for the non-metropolitan area, compared to 650 from the previous week, there was a 9.2% decrease. For the Busan Gyeongnam area, where we saw a continuous increase in the number of patients, we saw a slight decrease. And all for the Daejeon and other areas, we are still seeing an increase. And for the Jeju Island, we are seeing less number of patients. However, it is still at a large number. And the reproduction rate is at 0.99, so this is a decrease from the previous week. However, we are still seeing a large number of patients, and therefore we are seeing a greater number of cases of deaths and those that are severely ill. There were 470 severely ill yesterday, and there were 71 that passed away for the past week. We pay our respect and condolences to the deceased and the family members. As for the hospital rooms and the medical system, we don't see anyone waiting to be hospitalized yet. However, with the increase in the number of patients, we are having less room. Last week, we saw approximately 1,700 newly confirmed cases on a daily average, and there wasn't that much of a change. The number that surged since June lasted until now, and it seems like we are able to curb it. However, we're not seeing a decrease, and we are seeing this large number still being maintained. Therefore, we believe that we are still in a dangerous situation. If we let our attention loose, and if we loosen up our system, that means that we could see another great increase in countries such as Japan, US, and Israel. They have seen a great surge in the number of variants, and therefore we can say that this risk is a realistic one that we can see in our country as well. Therefore, even if you are feeling a little tired, we want to ask you to cooperate for a while more. At CDC meeting, we had discussions about the foreign workers as well. With the surge in the fourth wave, we see an increase in the number of newly confirmed cases in foreign workers as well. Therefore, we have to make sure to strengthen disease control on business sites where we have Korean and foreign workers working. The government once again emphasized that even the illegal immigrants will not be penalized if they are infected. Therefore, we are asking everyone to be going to the screening centers to be tested. Local governments are also closely monitoring areas where there are a lot of people working. And also for construction areas and road conditions, we are also expanding out PCR testing. Ministry of Agriculture and livestock is looking into close monitoring of farms and also fish farms and different ships. For the foreign residents who have been registered, they can also register for vaccine through the online channel or by phone call. And even for the foreigners who are not registered as foreign residents, you can still be vaccinated by visiting the screening centers as well. So we want to ask everyone to cooperate, and the government will continue to strive hard for the safety of not only the Koreans but for foreign residents as well. Next month will be the Chuseok holiday. Right now, we're still seeing a large number of patients, and we are also continuing with vaccination. The government is currently closely looking into the predictions for the Chuseok holiday and the measures that we should be taking. So as of now, we have seen an addition in the number of vaccination cases. And last week, there has been around 1.76 million people who have participated in vaccination. So we're not seeing a curve in COVID-19. However, with the increase in the number of vaccination, we are having discussions about whether we should allow family members to meet in the Chuseok holiday, and we are gathering a lot of opinions from experts about it. However, there are various opinions that are coming out across the local community, so we're going to be gathering these opinions until next week. And for the disease control and the social distancing measures that should be taken in the Chuseok holiday, we're also going to make decision on that after reviewing it fully, and we're going to give you the results of our review on Friday. However, one certain thing is this: through vaccination and social distancing measure, these are effective measures for curbing COVID-19. If you are vaccinated, you can reduce the risk of being infected by 83%. And even if you do get infected, the case of death decreases by 97%. So if everyone in your family members are vaccinated, of course that will decrease the number of risks that could happen. Especially if you are greater than 60 years old, or if you have underlying illnesses, make sure that you are vaccinated. And we have to know that if you're not vaccinated and if you're going into gatherings with a lot of people, that could increase the risk of becoming infected. Therefore, for your own safety and for the safety of your family members and for the entire community, vaccination is the best response measure and best defense measure that we can take. We want to thank once again to our citizens that have taken part in vaccinations until now, and we also want to thank the officials, the medical personnel, and the volunteers and relevant personnel who have participated despite these difficult situations. The government will also strive hard. Thank you.
지금부터 질의응답 시간을 가지겠습니다. 브리핑은 사회적 거리 두기 조치로 인해
And that'll conclude our coverage of this briefing. Thank you for watching. Arirang News will be back at 6 p.m. Korea time.